I'm on a journey to platinum every Ratchet Clank game I can get my hands on, and then some. And I'm making these videos so you can keep track of my progress here. So far, I finished a video on Ratchet Clank from 2002, so now it's time to join me on Ratchet Clank Going Commando from 2003. Right away, I will admit that I am guilty of having played this game before. Instead of starting with no trophies, I actually started with 3. I do have 3 trophies for Ratchet Clank 2. I have one for 50,000 bolts, 100,000 bolts, and then I got one for destroying 10 robots with the crane on Endako. As long as we all can agree that these 3 trophies aren't a big deal, then we can all enjoy this journey together. That being said, in this game, we've got more weapons, more health, more planets, more enemies, more collectibles, more upgrades, and new armor. Ratchet 2 was all about doing Ratchet 1 but more. We got not only our first battle arena, but a second battle arena where you can take on waves of enemies, bosses, and special challenges for prizes. The first arena becomes available on Maktar Resort, and this is where our trophy hunt truly begins. This place is the Las Vegas of the Bogon Galaxy. Slot machines everywhere, furries coming in and out, and these weirdly submissive robots. Before we can compete in the arena games, we have to take a pit stop at every slot machine. The only problem with these slots is that sometimes they get a little nervous and they self-destruct when somebody touches them, much like some of y'all watching this video. But just like XQC, we gamble all of our earnings away, but unlike XQC, we actually hit it big. Oh dude, we almost hit a jackpot. Fuck. 2 out of 3. Oh, is this the one? Let's go! What did I say? All gamblers quit right before they're about to hit big. Clank needs a new pair of shoes. That's our first trophy of the stream. Alright, now we can duke it out with the denizens of the battle arena. Winning a bunch of cash prizes and items, we finally come face to face with the first boss of the area. Chainblade. And you have to say it in that voice or it doesn't count. The trophy for this guy is pretty simple. You gotta beat him using nothing but your wrench and only the wrench.
I can't believe it. Chainblade has been defeated.
Let's go. Another skill point. And a trophy? Wrench Ninja, blade to blade. The other boss in here is my arch enemy. The 4-legged B2 brawler joins the battle. Introducing this guy is pretty important because technically you can get another trophy here by beating B2 without taking any damage while you're in the fight with it. But while I was in a tag team battle with B2 and Chainblade, I definitely took a lot of damage, but I still got the trophy somehow. I will not question the mighty Rat Gods. I got a skill point? For what? Oh, I got the no-hit one. I don't know why. On Planet Barlow, unlocked a few missions later, I grinded out a bunch of the races for collectible health upgrades and cash bolt prizes. If you complete a race in under 2 minutes and 10 seconds, that lands you a trophy for a skill point. Is that 206? Okay. Speed Dean! That's me, the Speed Dean. Siberius is a pretty short planet where you chase down the Mastiff, and for some reason it has the best music. This song goes hard. That being said, it also has this snowman, also known as Snow Dan, and if you smash it with your weapons, that's a skill point and a trophy. Regardless, I want to go break that snowman. Look at him. Idiot. You can break a Snow Dan. I did it. Fun fact, Planet Dobo. I used Giant Clank to destroy every building full of innocent civilians instead of fighting the Thugs for Less leader in a 1v1. Cool. Skill point. Robo Rampage. That's a few thousand lives ruined for a trophy. That's a fair trade in my opinion. The planet right after that is none other than the Battle Arena planet number 2. If you go through a bunch of challenges from wrench only to speed running the waves to a couple of boss battles, you can take on the Impossible Challenge. This thing is a gauntlet of 60 waves, and it ends with one of the boss fights. It stretches your ammo economy to its absolute limits. It pushes your skill on the sticks to its extremes. Your endurance is truly tested. Sometimes, nanotech upgrades come in clutch just in time to keep you alive. But reaching the conclusion of this arena gives you a big, fat silver trophy. one that is much deserved after how long I spent optimizing this area. Oh. We did it. And a trophy. One of the biggest mistakes I made when playing Ratchet 1 was beating the game before doing skill points and before collecting the hidden bolts. This meant I had to play through the game more times than I needed to. This time on Ratchet & Clank 2, I made sure to do all of that before facing down the final boss. First thing I did was collecting all of the crystals in the desert planet of Tabora. I don't need raritanium, I need the crystals. Got a skill point. He might still be here. Heal your chi. That is the 11th trophy of Ratchet & Clank going Commando. But then there's one for protecting the tourists on Todano's testing facility. This place has the second best track in the game, especially for gunning down wildlife in cold blood. How can I save the civilians without killing every single one of them? We have a skill point for that, and then we go in here and get the platinum bolt. You're my hero. 2 things for Planet Bolden. So, there's the skill point for doing the grind rail section without taking any damage. I have a skill point. Is that a trophy? Yes. No shocking developments. That's not the cool part. The cool part is how I picked up the platinum bolt. Check this shit out. So you get inside here somehow, and then you open the door from the inside. You think I can make it over the top of that from here? Right, let's line ourselves up. Oh, let's go! Then I decided I should start doing all the skill points in order of appearance in the chronology. Next was going back to Uzla and destroying every single piece of merch in the Megacorp store. Before you can do that, you gotta do the secret boss fight that I had no idea it existed until coming back to this game in 2024. The reward for taking down this slug monster is the box breaker. This thing turns your hyper strikes into nuclear bombs when it comes to destroying inanimate objects. There it is, skill point. Oh, more vandalism. That's another trophy. Soon after, I kept grinding and kept rounding up cash from doing murder and vandalism. Eventually this adds up to a cool loan of 1,000,000 bolts over the course of my save file. I believe bolted down. I don't know what that one is, but that's a trophy. Bolted down, I believe, might be the 1,000,000 bolt one. I don't have much to say about Planet Damosel, but I like the vibes, you know. Also, they got a poster of the goats. Shout out goat. Regardless, if you do the grind rail section here without taking any damage, that is yet again another trophy. We did it. Got skill point. There you go. Midtown Insanity. On the same planet Damosel, there's a bank where civilians get jumped by proto-pets and killer robots. I guess we have to do some good deeds in the playthrough. So I guess I'll save some civilians. Only for trophies. That is the only reason I would ever do this. Got a skill point. That should be trophy number 17. Any second now. There it is. Safety deposit. Grelbin. Instead of a sand desert, it's an ice desert. It's full of yetis and sea serpents, and just like Tabora, Grelbin has 100 collectibles that you trade for bolts and a skill point. Thank you, Map-O-Matic. A little scary. There it is, the skill point. Be a Moonchild. Wait, is that a reference? Chat, is that a reference to me? I am the Moonchild? Thoughts? That was my moment to then spend 2 more hours collecting all of the platinum bolts, from the space races, to ground races, to hidden platforming routes. All 40 platinum bolts were mine for a golden trophy. Oh, platinum power. We got them all. Got all the things. One of the more infamous skill points in the game is Wrench Ninja 2. This is from planet Joba, and particularly because of its inconsistency, it has ruined many speedruns of this game. Thanks to my upgraded wrench, upgraded armor, and gigantic health pool by this point in the game, I made sure to get this video on my first try. That is what we like to see. Got a skill point. That's it. Wrench Ninja 2. Also here on Joba, putting a hole in 12 pigeons flying around is another minor skill point and a trophy. Nice. Bye bye birdies. Back to planet Uzla, they ask you to shoot down a few pterodactyls. No collateral for the fans. Prehistoric rampage. Snivelak says to shoot down 14 ships. Finally. And Todano wants you to turn 16 of those squirrels into sheep using the Sheepinator. Another skill point. Try to sleep. Then, I did the last thing that I could do without going into the final boss and starting challenge mode. I went to Slim Cognito's ship shack and started buying all of the weapons, upgrades, and shields for my ship that I could. Oh, we got it. We got it. Nice ride. So we're buying all the cool stuff. On the cool ship. Then I finally took the fight directly to the Protopet. Having upgraded pretty much every single weapon I had at my disposal at this point, it did not take a lot of effort at all. But I was glad to be out of there and threw into Ratchet 2 for the first time in probably 2 decades. Got him. Woo, we beat the game. Mutation complete. 26 trophies. In challenge mode, there's only a few things left for me to do. The easiest thing was just getting a fuck ton of bolts. In challenge mode, the more enemies that you defeat, the more they contribute to a multiplier. The more that multiplier goes up, the more bolts you get. Repeat this process until you get enough bolts, adding up to 2 million across the entire save file. That's how I pulled the bolts to trade trophy. I've got bolts to trade. I think that's the 2 million bolts one. We'll add that to the counter. With all of that money, I was able to pick up the second version of the Rhino 2, of course. Now it's time for trophy time. I don't know. Next, the only thing I was scratching my head over was the final nanotech upgrade. I collected all of the ones you can find in the galaxy during my first playthrough, and all of the guides I ended up running through seemed to not want to include the fact that the final one, Bolden's nanotech, cannot be found until you get there in challenge mode. Either way, we maxed out Ratchet's health for a trophy. I'm like, there's literally no way I missed it. There's no way. And I missed it. Well, anyway, we got the skill point. Yup, nano to the max. It took about another hour, but I was able to stack up a ton more bolts to buy the Zodiac, yet another trophy. Yup, BFG, big frickin' gun. But I also got another trophy right after. So, there's a trophy for buying and upgrading all of the weapons. Yet when you start challenge mode, all the weapons gain their yellow versions that are buyable at the vendors once they reach their orange level. Once you buy a yellow version, you can then max it out to the blue version. And I was thanking the rack gods that I did not need to grind blue version XP for everything all over again. And the armor. What did I get a skill point for? Destruction time. Yeah, I don't know what that was for. Oh. So, okay, so we got both the skill points. We got all the skill points and all the weapons. That's 32. Fully upgraded was our final skill point, which nets us the rare triple trophy drop in one single event. Hell yeah. I grinded out the last bit of bolts I needed to unlock the highest armor upgrade, Carbonox. That's the second to last trophy until the big plat one. Okay, Carbonox armor, here we come. Boom. Yay, carbon. The final trophy exists on Planet Bolden. Doing a little platforming and other shenanigans near the grind boot section, you can shimmy your way over to where the Going Commando Insomniac Museum is located. You kill a few enemies, and you slap yourself into that teleporter and grab Ratchet 2's final trophy. There it is, the museum. There it is, museum tour. And the platinum. He went commando. We did it. So that's it. That's the end of Ratchet 2. And that is also 2 out of many of our platinum trophies completed. If I may shout myself out for a moment, I would appreciate you all subscribing and liking the video. It truly does make an impact on my channel in a big way by pushing this video out to other people. If you like rat content, I got plenty of that. But also, if you just like video games in general, I got plenty of that too. If you want to support me in other ways, you can join up on my Discord, follow me on the social medias linked below, and tune into my live streams. As I'm writing, I'm still working on Rack 3, but hopefully by the time this video drops, I will be on to Deadlocked. If you want some cool emotes to use during the streams and also get access to all of my upcoming videos one day early, you can become a Moon Knight today for just $3 a month if you want to spare your boys some change. With all that being said, Ratchet 3 soon, the grind continues, and I will see you all in the next one.